Alright, today we are wrapping up the defensive side of the ball by talking about free safeties. Let's look at the free safety situation on my team. Right now, the starter is Dion Grant. Just brought him over from Jacksonville, where he spent 3 years after 4 years with Carolina. Um, he's put together a pretty good career for himself now. I think we might have signed him to far too big of a contract. 6 years, 30 million or something. I'm not sure if I agree with giving him that big of a deal, but his stats are pretty good. He's not much of a blitzing guy. Doesn't have a lot of sacks. Has a fair amount of picks. I don't know much about him, but I am a little worried about him overall. Um, obviously, we just signed him to a big contract that I'm not sure he deserved, so maybe he'll get lazy. But the thing is, for me, we let Ken Hamlin go to get Grant, and Hamlin is younger, bigger. I think he's faster and has potential to get better, unlike Dion Grant, who is already probably past his prime. I'm a little I have some mixed feelings on Grant because I think he could be good, but I think we're going to miss Hamlin. The problem with Hamlin was he had great numbers last year, but our secondary gave up a lot of big plays, and, well, some of that has to come back to Hamlin. If Grant can help prevent the big play, which he did do in Jacksonville quite a bit, I'll be happy with that. He's obviously not as big of a playmaker as Hamlin was all around, but if he can protect against, like, the deep ball, I'd be cool with that. Just somebody to help prevent the big play while Russell works on getting interceptions. Behind him, I guess we might have Mike Green, guy we brought over from Chicago, got injured in the preseason last year, but he impressed me in the preseason. I think he could be like part of a safety rotation or play if someone got injured. I actually like him quite a bit. I remember he had an interception he took back for a touchdown against Indianapolis before he got hurt. I'm not sure how comfortable I'd be with him starting on a regular basis, but as backups go, he's pretty good. So, and then after that, we might move like Babineau to free safety if push comes to shove, or one of our strong safeties could move to free safety. Some flexibility over there. And really, that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and grade this position, again, a B, because I wish we had re-signed Hamlin. I think I would have rather kept Hamlin than signed Grant. I think Grant could be good, but I'm going to have to see it to believe it, because I'm not sure I trust him quite yet. I won't rule out the possibility that he can really help us in the giving up big play situation, but I'll need to see it to believe it. Okay, let's talk about free safeties all around the league. Traditionally, the free safety is the last line of defense for the team. They usually play back in a deep zone and either clean up on any blown plays, like, obviously if a receiver gets deep downfield and catches a pass, the free safety is the last person who can get the tackle, or on a running play that breaks deep into the secondary. And, of course, they'll be expected to help cover any receiver that goes deep and prevent long passes. That's why they're called the free safety. This is, of course, the opposite of the strong safety, who usually plays a little bit like a linebacker. But this doesn't always hold true. The prime example of that is Brian Dawkins, who plays zone, man, plays in the box, plays like a defensive end. He can do a little bit of everything, which is why he's the best safety in the game today. But for every Brian Dawkins, you got an Ed Reed, a guy who will just sit back in coverage almost all the time and focus on making interceptions and preventing the deep ball. Other good free safeties around the league: Kerry Rhodes, who's done a little bit of everything in his 2 years in the league. Sometimes they say he plays strong safety. I think it's a little interchangeable. Obviously, another good free safety out there. There's John Lynch, even though I think he's over the hill now and vastly overrated based on his past career. He's obviously had a very good career. Lawyer Malloy, I believe, would play free safety, even though, once again, a free safety can play like a strong safety, and a strong safety can play like a free safety. Chris Hope, now in Tennessee, very good in coverage, can play good against the run. And I guess there's also Darren Sharper, now in Minnesota. Great interception guy, but hasn't done much else for the rest of his career, but he's a great when it comes to getting interceptions. Okay. As far as free safeties go, that's about all I have to say. Real quick, I'm going to go over some of the, key parts of being a free safety. Best free safety in the league, definitely Brian Dawkins. Best safety in the league, too, while we're at it. His game has no flaws. He can go into coverage, zone, or man-to-man. He can get interceptions and get deflections. He can play in the box. He can play on the line. Do a little bit of everything. Underrated. Underrated free safety. This is tricky. I think I'm gonna go with Chris Hope. Now in Tennessee, doesn't get a lot of attention. Underrated part of the Pittsburgh Super Bowl run in 2005. Pittsburgh missed him more than a lot of people thought. Great player, made a big impact for the Tennessee defense this last year. Okay, overrated free safety. I think at this point in his career, John Lynch, he made the Pro Bowl last year, and I thought he was just terrible last year. Didn't make many plays at all. Only had a decent tackle count. I don't know how you can honestly justify him getting into the Pro Bowl. Ugh. He's obviously had a good career, but he's washed up now. Breakout free safety of the 2007 season. Maybe Bob Sanders, although some people think he's already broken out. Maybe he can finally stay healthy. But in terms of some young player who's going to finally start making a big impact, I think it's going to be possibly Patrick Watkins in Dallas, if he can get a chance to play, because obviously last year he was getting burned up and down the field, but this year is his second year. He'll have more experience, and he's a huge guy. This guy can get a ton of interceptions because of his size if you just get him in the right position. So I like his chances to be a breakout player in a very good Dallas defense this year. Okay, that about wraps up my opinion on the free safety spot and the entire defense around the league in general. So I'll just take a quick second to thank the YouTube community for making my Ed Reed is overrated video the most popular video I've ever created. I know most of it is just the haters who disagree with me, which is cool. I mean, you're free to disagree with me. Go ahead and comment on anything I happen to say if you feel you disagree with it. It's all press to me. I know sometimes I don't have the most popular opinion out there, but I'll fight for it. You go right ahead and comment on my videos all you want. I'm not going anywhere. You can argue whatever point you would like. So, alright. I'll probably come back sometime this week, starting on the offensive side of the ball. Remember, keep sending in those comments, and if you ever have a suggestion or a wish that you would like me to make a video about concerning football, go ahead and let me know. I'm free to talk about just about anything. Alright, that's about it. I'm out.